Happy St. Patrick's Day, my lucky fans. This is KellyLynn Anderson.
And this is Animation Dude 95, or Mr. A for short. Since today is St. Patrick's Day, we are wearing green, and we'll be talking about the holiday.
Let's get started. St. Patrick's Day, also known as the Feast of St. Patrick, is a religious and cultural holiday held on March 17, the traditional death date of St. Patrick, the foremost patron saint of Ireland. It was made an official Christian feast day in the early 17th century and is observed by the Catholic Church, the Anglican Communion, especially the Church of Ireland, the Eastern Orthodox Church, and the Lutheran Church. The day commemorates St. Patrick and the arrival of Christianity in Ireland, and, by extension, celebrates the heritage and culture of the Irish in general. Celebrations generally involve public parades and festivals, say live, and the wearing of green attire or shamrocks. Christians who belong to liturgical denominations also attend church services.
St. Patrick's Day is a public holiday in the Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland, the Canadian province of Newfoundland and Labrador, for provincial government employees, and the British Overseas Territory of Montserrat.
It is also widely celebrated in places with a large Irish diaspora community, such as Great Britain, Canada, the United States, Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. St. Patrick's Day is celebrated in more countries than any other national festival. By the way, sorry if I'm not wearing green.
Modern celebrations have been greatly influenced by those of the Irish diaspora, particularly those that developed in North America. However, there has been criticism of St. Patrick's Day celebrations for having become too commercialized, for their connections to drinking culture, and for fostering negative stereotypes of the Irish people.
And that was the true story of St. Patrick's Day.
As you first conclude with a positive, related message, shall we then begin watching the parade?
Sure thing, bro. We are highly likely to avoid getting pinched because we are wearing green.
Alright sis, before we do so, you do your work.
Thank you so much for watching this great special. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on other Plotagon content I upload. Until then, peace out and happy St. Patrick's Day to all of my lucky fans out there. Remember what St. Patrick said: Christ beside me, Christ before me, Christ behind me, Christ within me, Christ beneath me, Christ above me.